Thanks, Madam President. It's good to see that I'm the fifth speaker and the first man, so that's a good. Just a quick few reactions to your proposals, Madam von der Leyen. I was very happy to hear about this RRF2, this Recovery and Reconstruction Fund, using the lessons from what we learned for Ukraine. That's good news. There was no news on how to finance it, so I hope that's coming. Also, I think that spending on reconstruction is very good, but as you very well said, there are very urgent funding needs, and we need to see how we're going to address them. And third, you mentioned the embargo on oil. This Parliament is really happy to hear that. Congratulations, and that's great news that we are moving on the oil embargo. But as you know, this is far short of what this Parliament wants. We actually asked a month ago for a full embargo on gas and oil. While the debate goes on, the EU has sent to Russia 50 billion euros since the start of the year, 52 billion today. And by the time we get all this oil embargo set, etc., Putin will have received over 100 billion euros more in revenues. We are now in the worst of all worlds. Consumers are paying the higher prices, but these high prices are sufficiently high that Putin gets higher revenues than before, more than compensated for the loss of volume. And some say nothing else can be done, and this is false. There is a clear solution which will collapse Russian revenue, incentivize substitution, protect consumers, and even, Madam von der Leyen, increase EU resources. What is this miracle? It is the oldest trick in the book, a tariff. A tariff on Russian energy would allow us to shift some of the extra revenues from higher gas and oil prices to us, the consumers, from the Russian producers. With a tariff, the price that European consumers pay will go up a little bit. Some consumers will continue consuming, some of them will stop. It depends on how much need they have. But the gap between the price that the consumers pay and what the Russians receive is actually the revenue from the tariff that would flow to the European taxpayers, the European Union, and that could be given back to Europeans to compensate for the higher gas prices. And the suppliers would be the ones facing the trouble, since a lower quantity is going to be supplied, it will be supplied at a lower price. Don't forget that Russian oil and gas suppliers are desperately dependent on European purchases. Between us and our allies, we purchase 80% of the oil and gas, and they will be willing to supply at the lower prices that the tariff will involve for them. Why? First, the EU and us are buying 80% of the fossil fuel exports, and the infrastructure bottlenecks make it very hard to shift those exports to Asia. Second, production costs are low at $20 a barrel, so they will actually have to accept those lower revenues rather than shutting down the wells. In short, a tariff would allow us to shift Russian revenues to the European Union consumers, all while accelerating an end to European dependency on Moscow's fuels. Even if a high tariff comes with a cost for the European Union, it is a more efficient way to stop Putin than any of the other sanctions that we already have in place before the embargo comes in as fast as possible. Let's do it now. It must be a new tool in our armour, enhancing our capacity to act. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Garicano.